Yesterday I left here about 10 o'clock in the morning, got up there, I was on location at about after lunch and everything, probably 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I felt like I was there for a couple days, so I just totally lost in that. And then to come back to Boston. And Boston's a nice city, but, you know, like any city, you just have to get away from it once in a while. And that's what I felt I had to do, and it was great. My doctor actually recommended that I go away for a nice long rest. No, not really. Anyway, so I'm going to go right in with I'm going to use this as kind of a guide and see if I can bring something out that maybe gives me a little more life than what I've got here. In certain areas, not trying to get wet and wet, just to pull some of that out, pull some of the white out, you know, in areas, get this thing going that way. And try to recapture the feeling of being there yesterday. Use a lot of greens, that's for sure. A lot of greens and a lot of blues. And then some white too. Well, I like that using this green. It's Winton, it's a cheap green. It's a student grade green, but it has a wonderful color that I don't think you can make using a better grade of green, you know, like Winsor Newton. Winton is the student grade. I don't advocate you paint everything with it, but there are some things that that really work well. Some areas where you can have a lot of. It works. The color's just the right color, is what I'm trying to say. Yes. Anyway. What I'm going to do is go back into this area. Whoops, that's a little too much. I was going to say go back in with, keep going for the Naples yellow. What I really want is the cadmium yellow light along with this green. And that'll give me the desired color I want. There we go. That's more like it. What's happening is the water is coming in on the other side of this rock and it's washing through here, and it's causing some turbulence in this area. Trouble is, you know, you turn around to while you're on location, you turn around to mix, you see something, you look down at your board, your palette to mix, and boom, you turn around, it's gone. So a lot of it is just faking it, trying to remember what it looked like, and just trying to create a mood. Yeah, back up in here. This might be a little too much of this color, this white. So I'm going to tone it down a little bit. And then I'll bring the white along the edge here. Right up into this area. Yeah, it's more like what happens. And then this here comes back out again. Problem with, this may be coming in here this way, but up here it might be doing something totally opposite. So it doesn't all hit the same way. This could be dumping in here while this is receding back. So you have to make a determination on what works best in the composition. It can't be too literal. Let's see. The whole thing would have been to stay there and just worked on it and finished it. But it was just so late and it was so hot. It was just, we were in the rocks and it was just You know, we're getting all the heat bouncing back from these rocks behind me. So it got a little uncomfortable. Plus the light had shifted so much. See if we can get something that will recreate that feeling that I had yesterday, and hopefully some of the things that were going on, if that's possible. Not too many hard edges. See if we can get around there. Maybe I'll try this instead. This is the rock here, this area. So maybe I'll use this one instead. For a guide, just to give me something to go by. There we go. Maybe with a little bit of green here. Too much. Okay. But what this does, by dumping that in there, allows me to paint wet and wet. You know? What I'm going to do is I love these seascapes is the calligraphy, you know, that you get from this kind of swirling action. It's beautiful. And so it gives you a